Hey everyone, it's Nora from Nora's Ark, and today we are soaking garlic cloves to prepare them for planting. So you might be wondering, why would you do that? There's a few reasons. One reason is we want to sterilize the garlic before we put it in the ground to get rid of any bad microorganisms that could cause disease in the plant later on when it gets bigger. Another reason is that people say it can produce bigger cloves of garlic, which is something you'll definitely want. And the reason for that is because it stimulates root growth sooner by doing the soak. And the third reason is that you want your garlic cloves to have a belly full of nutrients before you put them in the ground before winter. So you're filling up their belly before you put them to bed. So we're gonna get started on doing that. So the way that we do this is we're gonna do it in half-gallon mason jars. The instructions that we're following, they said to do it in a gallon, but we don't have that many cloves, so we don't wanna waste fertilizer or water. So we're just gonna do it in half-gallon jars, so we cut the recipe for everything in half. So I wrote it down on my little notepad here so I don't forget. So we have our half-gallon of water. We're going to add half a teaspoon of baking soda. So baking soda, half a teaspoon. Get it level, add that in there. Then we do half a scoop of this super fancy bioactive supercharger. And this is just the blend that we're using for the fertilized blend. It's just a blend that was recommended from this local garlic company that we have nearby. So we're following their instructions. So we're using a half scoop of this veggie supercharger, but there are other fertilizers that you can use. So you could find a different blend online. I think they also say you can use like kelp meal or fish emulsion. So there's some other stuff you can use, but we're using this stuff. So half a scoop of this, I'm gonna add that in there. And then they say to dissolve this. So we have our lids labeled for which variety of garlic we're planting, because we have 4 different varieties that we're gonna plant, so we wanna make sure that we don't get them confused once we put them into the jar. So I'll put that lid on, and then I'm just gonna dissolve this. Just give it a little shake. It looks very interesting. It does not smell very great either. Kind of smells like dirt, but I guess that's a good thing, right? So that's dissolved. And then they say to add a half a tablespoon of this liquid fertilizer, which is CX1. It's by Purple Cow Organics, and it says it's life in a bottle. So again, super fancy. So we're gonna add this guy in here, and all of this fertilizer that we're adding is organic. So we like to practice organic methods. So we'll do half a tablespoon of that. Give it another little shake just to make sure that that gets mixed in there. And then we're gonna add our garlic in. So I forgot to mention at the beginning, but before you add it to the fertilizer soak, you do a sterilizer. So you soak it in a sterilizer for 10 minutes and then you strain that off before adding it to the fertilizer soak. So there's a couple different things that you can use for that. You can use rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, or you can just use cheap vodka. We recommend the cheap vodka route because if you're using a lot, like if you're planting a lot of garlic, that's gonna be the cheapest way to do it. You can of course use those other 2 things, but that's what we did. We just bought some cheap vodka, soaked it in there for 10 minutes, and then strained off the vodka, and now we're adding it to our fertilizer soak. So check out, I have to show you guys this, how big these elephant cloves are. Like just for reference, this is elephant garlic, and this is German extra hardy garlic. So you can see how humongous these elephant cloves are. So I'm just gonna now add them to the fertilizer soak. And then once you add them, the minimum soak time is 20 minutes. The maximum soak time is 3 days. but typically people just do it overnight. So that's what we're gonna do. We're soaking these tonight, and then we're going to plant tomorrow. So these are all good. We have this one. This is our elephant garlic. This is just our garlic that we grew last year. We didn't do a great job of labeling it, so we're not sure which variety it is, but it's the biggest ones that we grew. So this is our garlic. So we got 2 of these ready. We have 2 more varieties of garlic that we're gonna do, so we're gonna get those ready. Like I said, we're gonna let them soak overnight, and then we're planting this tomorrow. So if you wanna check out a whole video about how to plant garlic, the whole process, you can check that out in the description. But otherwise, like I said, we're gonna get those ready. We're gonna plant that tomorrow, and we've never soaked garlic before. So this is an experiment for us to see how all this works. So we plan on not soaking half of the garlic we're gonna plant and soaking the other half, and then we'll see what the results of that experiment is. And we'll let you guys know, but you only have to wait 9 months because that's how long it takes garlic to plant. Making this video right now in October, and we usually harvest around in July. So we'll let you know how it goes in 9 months.